Hey everyone, it's Evangeline here at Etrailer, and today we'll be taking a look at our Pewag all-square snow tire chains for your wide base tires here on our 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited. So these are heavy duty and corrosion resistant snow tire chains. So if you are expecting a lot of ice or a lot of snow on the road, this is what you would look for, especially if you're thinking you're going to be going off-roading versus highway driving and you need that extra traction for your Jeep. You'll throw these on real quick. They are ladder style, which is the traditional style, so you are definitely going to hear a ka-thump ka-thump on the road with these on. But if you get that extra traction and safety, that's just the pros and cons of it. Now this is made of a manganese nickel alloy, and there are other ladder style chains that are made of a low carbon. Those have the priority of extra durability. For this, the priority is extra corrosion resistance. So if you have this out in the elements, you have salt, you have snow, you have water, you want to maintain that corrosion resistance, especially if you want to reuse these tire chains. Now let's take a look at the links themselves. So notice how they are arranged kind of as a square link. So each side is flat, adding to the traction you get. You also have these grooves on the inside. So that's nice because then you get even extra traction from those grooves. They are held together in that ladder style and they are not coated. So I do recommend wearing gloves as you install these tire chains. So since these are heavy duty tire chains, they are not Class S in the SAE classification. The Class S chains that will work with your Jeep are chains like the Titan chain diamond alloy. Those are a lot more low profile and a lot smaller and are great if you're concerned about clearance behind your tire. If you're not concerned about clearance but you are concerned about safety on the road, then this is the kind of tire chain that you would be looking for. So these are bulkier chains. They sit about an inch off of your tire if that helps you out with figuring out if you have clearance or not. Now let's take a look at the bag this comes in. So this is still a bag like most of your snow tire chains are going to come in, but they are kind of on the heavier duty side. It still may be kind of a hassle to put your chains back in there, so I do recommend using either a zip tie or maybe a rubber band just to seal that top. But if you're just planning on using this for emergency reasons, or if wherever you live requires that you have tire chains inside your vehicle at all times, this is still a sufficient design because you're just going to have it underneath your seat or in your trunk. So it's nice that they're still in a bag and covered and technically reusable. So the size tire we have on our Jeep right now is size 255/70 R18. If you're not sure what your tire size is, you can find it printed on the sidewall of your tire. Also, we have this mounted onto our rear tires. So that is per the Jeep owner's manual. So just double check that just to make sure that you are following the Jeep specifications. Now, another thing about this is I do not recommend driving over 30 miles per hour with these on. One, just because that's how they recommend it when you have tire chains, but two, if it is an extreme weather condition, if it's raining, if it's snowing, if there's a lot of ice, if there's a lot of snow coming down, I would like you to be driving safely. Now, another thing you might be interested in is tensioning. So this does not have its own tensioning system other than the hooks that you use to tighten it down. So maybe check out our rubber tensioners. You can find them here on the product page here at etrailer.com. Those are just extra things you can add so that as you drive around and as your chain adjusts, it adjusts with you and keeps everything tight against your tire. Another thing to check out is our tire chain safety install kit. That's going to give you a rubber mat as well as some lights just to help keep you safe and comfortable on the road when you do install these tire chains. Now let's take a look at that install process. Now when you do get your tire chains, I do recommend laying them out on your garage floor, kind of like what we have right over here. That way you can get familiar with your chains and the process of installing them, before you're stranded by the side of the road and it's muddy and snowy. Not the best place to learn how to put on a tire chain. But once you have them on your garage floor, just double check that nothing is tangled, that all the links look good and none of them are cracked or warped. Untangling it is the key part because that's just going to make it a lot easier to put on your tires. Another thing to look for is to make sure that those hooks over here at the end, the hook should be facing away from your tire and the flat portion should be on your tire. That way you don't have the hooks on your tire. If you do, it's improperly mounted and you may puncture that tire. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have those flat edges facing down and then our long hook, which is this long plate, over here on our right. And then let's drape it over our tire. So just grab it by the middle, lift it up, and over. You're then going to want to get it evenly distributed over your tire. In our case, that bottom chain is just barely touching the floor. And once that's done, you then go behind your tire to hook it together. So here behind our tire, you may need to get onto the ground to do so. It is nice that the Jeep Wrangler has a bit of space behind here compared to other cars. We're going to clip it to either the second or the third chain link. Let's put it on the third, then go back to the fourth, or go back to the front and connect that too. Now we're going to get this long plate, this kind of a hook, and the way you're going to do it is you're going to feed it from the back through the chain and then use it as a lever just to pull that chain taut. So just pull that until you see how it gathers all that tension, and then once you have it back there, you can clip it with this extra link. So that may be a little bit of a struggle if you're doing it for the first time, especially just to get that tension in there. But once you have it on there, just double check that everything is secure. We have a really good fit here on our tire, so do the exact same thing on the other side. Afterwards, roll forward a little bit, just a couple rotations, and then double check just to see if anything's moved or if you need to tighten it down or use a closer link if needed. And then after that, once everything's done, and then you are set and good to go and you're done with the install. My personal and final thoughts about these tire chains is they're definitely going to be helpful if you are in an extreme off-roading, extreme weather conditions. Now, if you are just highway driving, probably not the best fit for you because these will tear up the road. Also, if you are concerned about clearance and you need something more low profile, again, check out our Titan Chain Diamond Snow Tire Chains. But if you want that traction, if you're expecting a lot of ice and a lot of snow, and if you don't mind crawling behind your vehicle just to connect those links, this may be a good option for you. And that was a look here at our Pewag all square snow tire chains for your wide base tires here on our 2020 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited.